Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, classmate. We are the reporter from Group 4. I am the leader of this group. I am Ivers S. Borban, and these are my members. Irish Cabantao, Darwin Aguilon, Abigail Macaira, Marvin J. Paraiso, and Jean Rose Agimod. We are going to discuss the chapter 11, Preparing and Cooking Poultry and Meat. I am assigned to describe the different types of poultry: chicken, geese, ducks, quail, guinea fowl, and turkey. Chicken. A chicken is a kind of domesticated bird. It is raised in many places for its meats and eggs. They are usually kept by humans as livestock. So chicken is a source for meat and eggs. Commonly, ginakaon jud na to ang chicken. Except for pork and beef. Chicken is a meat with nutritional value, and eating it regularly will help you stay healthy. Chicken is we can get a protein, especially sa egg. Sa chicken is ginagamit na to if mag-diet ta, healthy bones and immunity boost. Geese. Geese or gansa. A large water bird with a long neck, short legs, webbed feet, and short broad bill. Generally, geese are larger than ducks and have longer necks and shorter bills. So geese are part of ducks family but are much bigger than ducks. So ang kaning geese is na siya dako na neck, short na legs, rather than duck. Ang duck is gamay man siya rather than geese. Ang gansa ay isa sa pinakabilis na lumalagong uri ng ibon na gumagawa ng karne. This is also source of meat. Ang karne ng gansa ay mas mataba sa iba pang karne ng manok. Geese is a source of vitamin B, help us to have a healthy skin, hair, and muscle. Ducks are birds that are also called waterfowls because they are normally found in places with water like marshes, ocean, rivers, ponds, and lakes. Ducks are related to geese and swans, but the duck is smallest of them all. Ducks have shorter necks and wings than other waterfowls, and they also have a stout body. So ducks is makita dyan natin siya sa kanang na-water kay dito manggit sila mas na survive. Ducks is qualified as a white meat. One of the biggest advantage of eating ducks is all the nutrients that come from the meat. Ducks has proven to be an excellent source of iron. Also, ducks boost the body release of energy by absorbing folic acid. Also, ducks produce meat and eggs. Guinea fowl, a large African game bird with slate-colored, white-spotted plumage and a loud call. It is sometimes domesticated. Guinea fowl or dingala is a healthier choice as it has a low cholesterol as well as low fat context. If you eat guinea fowl, the taste of it is like chicken and ducks. So, dili gyapon siya malayo sa kanang taste sa kung sa lasa sa chicken, sa ducks. Kay kung man siya domesticated, I mean part gyapon siya isa siya ka poultry. So, makaon gyapon ni siya pero I'm not familiar with dingala kay chicken ra jud og ducks and geese ang akong murag familiar lang jud except ani niya. Quail, a small, short-tailed, old-world game bird resembling a small partridge, typically having brown camouflage plumage. Quail or pugo, so it's very common to ask kaning quail, ginasagol ni siya sa kanang sa pansit or sa chop suey. Ang egg anin niya. Quail helps boost your immune system. Also, it's good for your heart health. So, kaning quail gyapon siya kanang benefits sa ato ang body if we eat pugo. Turkey, a large North American gallinaceous bird that is domesticated in most part of the world. Turkey or pabo. So, kaning pabo is kanang sometimes nakatilok ani siya, kanang gilitsyon siya. Alasa niya is chicken redud siya, kanang same lang gid sila taste sa chicken. Kung imo ni siya kanang litsonon. Turkey, ma-benefit nato is rich siya in protein, vitamin B6. Quail. Discuss the methods of cooking meat. First is dry heat. Dry heat, hot temperature with little moisture in the air that exert dry heat. So dry heat is cooking refers to any cooking techniques where the meat is transferred to food items without using extra moisture. This method typically involves high temperature. Dry heat is a process where food is exposed to a sources of high heat, either from below or above. Roasting is a slow cooking process using indirect diffuse heat to cook its ingredients. Roasting or lechon. So, ang process yun sa paglechon is first is kung dili siya sa uling lutuon is sa kahoy. So, kung ano to siya, tas roasting is a slow cooking process using indirect diffuse heat to cook its ingredients. Roasting or lechon. So, ang process yun sa paglechon is first is kung dili siya sa uling lutuon is sa kahoy. So, kung ano to siya, tas kana na siya kanang halingon, tas kanang pag ibutang na nimo ang chicken or ang baboy, kung ilitsyon nimo is kanang ang process man gid niya is kanang ginatuyok man gid siya para habang gatuyok siya, so halos para ang part pud sa kanang sa chicken or kanang sa imong ilitsyon is kanang maluto siya. Grilling. It's like a grill built into every single oven. Cooking by exposing food to indirect radiant heat, either on a grill over live coals or below a gas burner or electric coil. Boiling or ihaw. So, mura gyapon siya nagapon siya kanang similarity sa roasting, kaya roasting is kanang kuan man siya, slow cooking process. So, diri as a boiling is kanang pag mag-ihaw ta, diba, is kanang kuan siya kanang gamitan gyapon na tato siya kanang kayo uling, tas kuan na to siya heat. So, pero diri lang sa kanang ihaw is dali lang siya kanang kuan lang siya kanang dali lang gid siya kanang masunog if kanang ang kayo is kanang kuan kayo kusog, dapat kanang hinihini lang pud siya para di siya masunog.
Good morning everyone, especially to you ma'am. I am Irish of Bika Bantao and I am going to discuss. So first, ang sa ubos ani ug sa taas. Next is stir frying. Is an exciting and quick way to cook. Probably choose nice pieces of food and a little boiling oil in a wok over high heat for 5 minutes or less, and the wok is done. Vegetables that are crisp and colorful appear. The meat is flavorful, tender, and perfectly served. So, kaning stir frying is ginagamit siya sa pag prito-prito, pagluto sa pagkaon, and then Ang nakaninot jud aning gamitan ng frying is dali ra siya makaluto, maximum of 5 minutes or less, na dili pa sa uban ba dugay kay siya luto kapin-kapin pa bago maluto. Ang kaning frying is 5 minutes lang jud siya or less than.
Good day everyone. My name is Darwin Aguilon. My topic is all about deep frying and frying pan heat. Deep frying is opposite to shallow frying. In a frying pan is a cooking method in which food is submerged in a hot pan, traditionally lard but now mostly typical oil. A deep frying is a cheap pan is a typical use for this. However, a pressure frying, a vacuum frying may be employed in the industry. Commonly ginalutuan siya og french fries og mga chicken joy. Mostly french fries kay dili na siya hago, pwede siya ituslo din igor apod siya kuhaon. Sama ra po sa chicken joy, inganaon lang ang processing sa paggamit og deep frying po. Frying pan. A frying pan is a frying pan. Sketch is a flat bottom pan used for frying, searching, and browning foods. Actually, ginagamit ni siya sa pagluto og hot cake. Commonly is hot cake, itlog, og heat is heat, and drying heat is mostly commonly reciprocal heat. Actually, ginagamit ni siya. Like example, commonly pag kita, pwede na siya sa rice cooker na ginagamitan na to kay wala man tay mga pang social, so no choice, rice cooker ta. That's all.
I am Abigail Macaira and I am the next reporter, and I am discussing braising and storing and reheating process of poultry and meat. Braising is the cooking of meat or vegetable by heating them slowly with oil and moisture in a tightly sealed vessel. Braising differs from steaming, in which the food is immersed in liquid, and from covered roasting, in which is no liquid added. Braising is a combination of covered roasting and steaming. Braising is different from steaming simply because steaming is we had to add liquid, and while braising is we don't need to add liquid. So braising is a process of cooking of meat or vegetables by heating them slowly with oil. It is also a combination of steaming and roasting. So the next is discuss the storing and reheating process of poultry and meat. Always store meat in the coldest part of refrigerator. So of course, pag maingon tag meat, so dapat naa siya sa pinakabugnaw na part nato ibutang sa refrigerator. But before nato siya ibutang sa refrigerator, we should always put in our minds that we should wash it first before putting it in the refrigerator. So this is especially important in warm weather. Raw poultry should be stored in a bowl or on a platter in the bottom of the refrigerator. Your refrigerator temperature should be 38 degrees to 40 degrees Fahrenheit or lower. Store fresh raw poultry for no more than 1 to 2 days. So yun nga, before putting a meat or raw meat in a refrigerator, we should put it in a platter or bowl, and dapat na siya sa 38 to 40 degrees ang kapugnaw sa refrigerator para ang raw poultry dili siya ma-spoil dali. So that's all. Thank you for listening and God bless.
Good morning everyone, especially to you ma'am. I am Marvin J. Tobias Paraiso, and I'm going to discuss the process of handling and cooking poultry and meat, proper handling and storing of poultry, and the last one is the preservation process of poultry and meat. First is the handling and cooking poultry and meat. In handling and cooking and poultry and meat, first is that serve cooked products on a clean plates with a clean utensils and clean hands. The second one is never put Cook foods on a dish that has held raw poultry unless the dish is washed with soup and hot water. The third one is hold hot foods above 140 degree Fahrenheit and cold foods below 40 degree Fahrenheit. And the last one is never leave foods raw or cooked at room temperature longer than 2 hours. And now, the proper handling and storing of poultry. So, first thing we need to do is that kailangan nato ibutang ang mga nakabalot or nakapackage nga mga karne o manok sa drawer or pinakabugnaw na part sa refrigerator. And the second one, kung magluto o mag-freeze ba og manok or giniling na karne, dapat duha lang kaadlaw iyang tagal. Pero sa karne sa baka or sa baboy, dapat 3 to 5 days lang pod siya. And the third one, dapat po dili abrihan ang nakabalot na mga meat kung dili gamiton. And the fourth one, kung mag-freeze og mga karne, dapat i-overwrap ni siya like plastic wrap or plastic freezer bag para maprotektahan ang ka-freshness sa karne ug mag-extend pod ang iyahang life para dili madaot. And the last one, ang karne o manok na na-defrost na sa ref kay pwede ma-ref og balik ug pwede pod pagkahuman og luto. And now, I'm going to discuss the preservation process of poultry and meat. So, food preservation. Ang food preservation, mao kini siya ang method para ma-maintain ug mudugay ang usa ka pagkaon. And there are various methods of preservation. First is chilling. So, mao ni siya ang paraan para mapadugay ang pagkalat sa mga microbial or enzymatic apil na pod ang chemical na reaksyon. The second one is freezing. Mao ni siya ang paraan para magdugay ang mga karne para fresh gihapon ug naa gihapon ang mga nutrients sa karne. And the third one, ang meat smoking. Isa pod ni siya sa paraan para mapadugay ang mga karne o mga poultry meat kay ang gamit na kahoy ani kay organic acid. And the fourth one is canning. Kini usa ka preservation nga ginabutang sa mga lata para dili madaot. Ang canning pod kay ginamintin niya ang hitsura ug panlasa sa mga karne. Pareha sa mga beef loaf, corned beef ug uban pang mga naa sa mga lata nga gibutang. And the last one kay ang freeze drying. Mao kini siya ang process sa pagkuha sa tubig sa kanang na frozen na karne ug maola.
Good morning, I am Jandro Sagimod. I am going to discuss the characteristics of a good poultry. First, appearance. Check the color of the chicken meat to be sure to check the crevices like the thigh under the wings too. And if you're seeing the pink, the chicken is fresh. If the chicken looks transparent, it is possible na dili na siya fresh. And the second is texture. Choose chicken flesh that's firm and springy, indicating that it most likely fresh. We always avoid buying the chicken if the flesh is too stiff or if doesn't spring back to its normal shape when pressed with your finger. And the third, juiciness. Juiciness depends on the amount of the water retained in a cooked meat product. Juiciness increased flavor helps offend meat, making it easier to chew and stimulate saliva. And the fourth is flavor. Flavor is the exact flavoring the delivered chicken flavor in an organic product, and it contains actual chicken broth and it is relatively low in a sodium. So now we are going to discuss the 6 important points to remember while buying a meat. So the first, check the odor. Poultry is generally odorless, however, it may have a mild odor on rare occasions, and make sure it does not have foul smell or a pungent odor. And the second is prefer skinless. The skin of the meat has saturated fats that are high in calories and can potentially increase the risk of the cardiovascular diseases. And the third, know what the color you need to pick. The color of the meat says a lot about the freshness. Poultry meat must be the light pink or white color. Make sure that that not have greenish tinge or bruise in the surface. And the fourth is ensure food safety standard. To checking the food safety standard, it is most essential step to follow, hence a packaging meat. Number 5, check the texture. For poultry, the texture should be firm and the muscle fibers must be clear visible. Number 6, the source matter. It is important to know and understand how the meat was sourced and bred in order to determine the quality of meat. And that's all. Thank you.